P2B phenomenon, sitting on a time bomb. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified when we post hot juicy news updates. Please click on the notification bell. Like most Nigerians, I've watched with awe the phenomenon that is obedient dirty movement. From seemingly nowhere, P2B, former Anambra State Governor, former vice presidential candidate, and new entrant into the Labour Party has captured the national imagination. Like magic, he has ingrained himself into the imaginations of the youth, the elites, and the ordinary Nigerians. Spread across the country, across the nation's geographical spectrum. From absolute nothing and without the backing of the political who is who in the land, the Obi-Dati movement has evolved into the nemesis of the established political candidates and party. Earlier mocked as a social media phantom and structureless, predicted to fizzle out in no time, the contrary has become the reality. Now, there's a palpable fear in the camps of the All Progressives Congress, APC, and the People's Democratic Party, PDP, presidential candidate. Officials of both parties now spend more time attacking and denigrating the obedient movement than on selling themselves. As it is, no one in his right political senses today described the movement as a fluke or as a Shakespearean tale, full of sound and fury, yet signifying nothing. The fear of P2B and his running mate Dati, the potential earthshakers, is now the beginning of wisdom. Still evolving and full of possibilities, it is nevertheless far from its goals of taking over the reins of government. Critically, it is yet to ground itself in the northeast and northwest of the country. However, despite the speed of its spread, the obedience phenomenon is a mere coincidence. Not even P2B can boast that they planned or even anticipated what has become of its campaign so far. It is a chance encounter, an opportunity, an anguish wanting a way to express itself. A frustrated body of youth and the elite caged in a hopeless political quagmire which has grounded the economy and every aspect of the society, found an outlet in the ambition of P2B. But the movement at first had nothing to do with Obi in the truest sense. He is just the adopted symbol whose lifestyle and politics resonates with the groaning and wishes of the people. On him and his running mate is now vested a frustration, hopes and expectation of nearly 200 million Nigerians. A heavy national burden rests on the soldiers. They now embody the dreams, the aspiration, the future, at least in the thinking of their supporters. At no time in the nation's recent history has the hope of the entire country been vested in an individual as we have now. The NSIS movement has reincarnated in the obedience movement. Recall that nearly 2 years ago, there was an insurrection of the youth who vented their frustrations in mega rallies, mostly at the Lekki Toll Gate and in Abuja, Enugu, and some other cities. Their immediate bone of contention was the brutality of the Special Police Unit, Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS operative arrested, detained, robbed, maimed, and killed at will. With apparent impunity. Immediate cause of the protest, however, was the viral video of a young man allegedly being killed by SARS operatives. This became the springboard on which the collective frustrations and anger at the poor way politicians have ruined the nation was vented. After days of massive protest, the Buhari government on October 23, 2020 ordered the scorched earth action against the protesters who were singing the national anthem and waving the Nigerian flag. A yet to be determined number of them were allegedly slaughtered by the military who were deployed to end the protest. And in that crazy night of bullets and bloodshed and tears, the youths were pummeled and driven off the streets. President Buhari was to later confess that the protests were organized to truncate his government and remove him from office. But now they are back now in full force. They have rechristened themselves the obedient movement. More than ever, before our eyes, a revolution of sorts is shaping up, and it is not led by urchins, diverse and seemingly unstructured, a determined body of youths who want to use the political process to change theirs, and the nation's ugly story is amalgamating. The same coordinated tactics used in organizing the NSIS protest is being deployed. The social media which the Tinubu and the Atiku camp so derided is the weapon for strategic organization and mobilization. This can be attested to by the ugly hugely successful 1 million man marches. Without any visible structure, they have continued to mobilize millions of youths to the street. They are marching, showing their might in humongous numbers in cities across the South and Middle Belt. They are self-funding and determined to have their say and way in the coming elections. That is why, to every careful political observer, Obi and Dati are convenient tools in the determination of youth to end the terribly poor leadership. The downward slide of a country in all development indices. It is their own way of saying enough is enough. Their own way of issuing a red card to the old guard political gladiators who have misruled the country into becoming almost the worst country on earth to live in. Should they win and Obi emerges the president of Nigeria, there is little to envy President Obi about. The job is already cut out for him. It is huge and almost insurmountable. This is because for a people who have been persistently gang raped by those who call themselves their leaders in the last 23 years, Obi is a hope long lost for. On him will be placed the all-encompassing virtues of a messiah, a superman, a magician, with a wand to right all wrongs, fix all the problems bedevailing the people. They will hold him to the rhetorics, the solution canvassed, the opportunities promised. They will hold him to working better Nigeria, forgetting the huge bottomless rot he will inherit. However, should the dreams of a better Nigeria of governing, of a better, caring, self-led leadership coalesce into a victory for Obi Data ticket, one thing is sure, they can only be foundation builders. The rot is too deep for any significant impact in the first 4 years. Yes, they can arrest the drift into anarchy on all fronts. They can make the youths, the elites, and the ordinary Nigerians believe in Nigeria again. They can begin the right simulation of the mentalities of the youth and elites, the direction and empowering them, upscaling their skills and engineering them towards production. Releasing their creative juices to lay a new foundation for a new Nigeria, which must now begin to climb the ladder